Hello, I want to talk about the TSP Barbell Strategy. Okay, this is probably the most common withdrawal strategy that I hear from do-it-yourself investors. A lot of federal employees talk about this. A lot of people that help federal employees with retirement benefits talk about this as well. So let's talk a little bit about how it works and how to do it. Okay, so barbell strategy really it's fairly simple. Okay, and that may be why a lot of people like it. But the barbell strategy in general, let's just say that you retire and you have, let's just say you have $1 million in TSP. Okay. What it comes down to is you're going to separate your money into two buckets. Okay. You're going to have your bucket of stocks or aggressive money, and then you're going to have your bucket of safe money. Okay. And that safe money can be a combination of cash and bonds. It's just short-term money, okay, that you don't want to have a whole lot of volatility to. It's money that you are going to take withdrawals from over the next X number of years to supplement your spending, okay, along with your FERS annuity, Social Security, stuff like that. Then the aggressive bucket, that's the one you want to grow, okay? So let's say you need $40,000 a year of spending, okay? So on top of your FERS annuity, on top of your 40K a year, okay? So on top of your FERS annuity, on top of your special retirement supplement or Social Security, whichever one it is you're getting, you need an additional $40,000 a year from investments, okay, from your TSP right here. So what do? All right. Here's what that comes down to. And that's going to come down to what you're comfortable with, how conservative you are, how aggressive you are. But you say, okay, I want to have 5 years of spending in my immediate term bucket. Okay. My cash bucket. Okay. So what you can do is you can take 200,000, and really, if you want to account for taxes, it should be a little more than 200,000. Let's just say it's 250. We're going to take 250,000, and we're going to put that right here. Meanwhile, the other 750, okay, that's going to stay over here. All right. So this is going to be your aggressive bucket. This is going to be your stocks, your bond, or I'm sorry, your stock type investments, okay? Looking at your TSP, that's going to be like your CS&I funds, all right? Looking at TSP, this is going to be like a GNF fund, all right? So here, you've got at least 4 years of spending, all right? And you're going to make, you would think, over a 5-year time period, you're going to make some interest on that. So it should grow a little bit, but just say you're taking out 40,000 a year. You know, year one, you take out 40,000. Year two, you take out 40,000. Okay, so you just keep doing that. All right. And you've got, X number of years of spending. Okay, you can break this down into 3 years of spending. You can break it down into 10 years of spending. And the theory goes that you have this bucket, and that's where you're taking your cash needs from, because this is your more aggressive bucket, okay? And this we know is going to fluctuate, okay? It can go up, it can go down, okay? It can stay the same, all right? Really the three things that bucket can do. So if this bucket goes up, then you can take some money out and you can move it over here, all right? But if it goes down right here, typically you don't want to take money out when that goes down. So having this bucket over here is what allows you to do that, okay? So you can go back and you can look at historical returns in the stock market, see what investments would have done. And, if you think 5 years is enough time for your stocks to recover, okay, then put 5 years over here into this bucket. if you think 10 years is a lot safer, which it is, then you can take 10 years and put it over here. If you're looking at 10 years, then you're looking at, 4 to 500,000 to put over here. And you're looking at, 600 to 500 to 600,000 over here in this bucket. All right. So again, years where the stock market goes up, move money over here to the fixed bucket. Stock market's down, you leave this one alone, and you're always taking your withdrawals from this bucket here. Now, the safest way, or not the safest, the easiest, the most convenient way to implement this is to have this money here in an IRA, okay? And this money here either in an IRA, or a lot of people talk about having this money in the G fund, okay? And the reason being is because TSP does not allow you to distinguish where you're going to take the money from, okay? If you have, and the most common two funds people use when talking about the barbell strategy is the C fund and the G fund, okay? So if you had a mix of C and G, they don't give you the option to determine, hey, I want to take money from just my C fund, or I want to take money from just my G fund, all right? They don't give you that option. Therefore, it's a lot more convenient to have this money in an IRA. If you have both funds in an IRA, then you can absolutely say, I want my money to come from whatever this fund is over here. Or I want my money to come from whatever this fund is over here. But then again, there's others that they'll talk about having this money, the stock money, in your IRA, and then having this money in TSP in the G fund. Okay? And if that's the case, just know that you're going to have to do a transfer occasionally of this money in your IRA into your TSP and into the G fund. Okay? Which absolutely can be done. You go on your TSP website, you can fill out forms to do that. All right? So, that's the simplest way to accomplish that. Now, I've also had people ask me, well, how do I do that? How do I do the barbell strategy? How do I do the bucket strategy if I have all my money in my TSP? My answer to that is, man, I don't know. It's tough. Again, they do not let you determine where you're going to take the withdrawals from, specifically what investment. All right? So if you're going to do that, you would basically have to rebalance every time after you take a withdrawal. Okay? So if you only wanted money to come from the G fund, all right, and you just have to look at your balance, what it is before you take that out. Say you have 67% in the C fund and you have 33% in the G fund, then you're going to have to calculate what your percentage would be after that withdrawal. And then after you take the withdrawal, then you're going to have to go in and readjust your allocation. All right? So again, if it's 67%, 33, your withdrawal is going to come from all of the G fund, okay? Then your balance should be a little higher in the C fund after that withdrawal and lower in the G fund, okay? So say that may go to 69% you should have then in the C fund and 31% in the G fund, okay? It's going to cause you to do more work for sure. You're going to have to do some calculations to figure that out. But if that's what you want to use this strategy, you want to leave all your money in TSP, yes, you can still do that, okay? It's just going to take you more work. It's not going to be as simple as if you had money here in stocks, you have money here in fixed cash, bonds, whatever it is, or, say it's in the TSP, just in the G fund, okay? That's where your withdrawal comes from, the G fund. All right. So that's some information here on the barbell strategy. And again, this bucket here, okay, your cash bucket, your fixed bucket, that's going to be different for everybody. All right. If you have $1 million portfolio, this could range anywhere from maybe 150,000 up to 500,000 here in this one. But yet the strategy, the strategy is the same, okay? You're gonna count on taking your annual withdrawals from here, all right? And in years where this bucket here is up, you're gonna move money over to here. In years where it's down, you're not gonna take money out of there. You know, if you happen to retire, and when you retire, if you happen to have a couple good years in the market, that is great, okay? That's the ideal scenario. You know, the worst case scenario is you retire in, say, a 2000, and then you've got 2000, 2001, 2002, you've got 3 years of a down market, and then you got another couple years until you recover, okay? So until your stocks recover. So then in a scenario like that, it'd be great to have more like, you know, 5, 6, 7, 10 years over here in this bucket, and then you can leave that money alone here in your stocks for an extended period of time to give them time. You know, they're going to have gone down for quite a while. Give that money time to recover back to at least the 750 or higher. Okay. So just a side note, I hope that helps. Hope that helps explain the barbell strategy in a little bit about how to do it, how to implement it. This is not specific investment advice. It never is. Just explaining concepts here, trying to get you guys to think and trying to help you understand how to implement some of these things you might have heard about. Okay? Hope that helps. Thanks.